Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Janice and I live in Manitoba, Canada, which you'll know that already if you're already a current subscriber and you've been watching my videos, but if for those of you that are new, that's my introduction. I live in Manitoba, Canada, and I am a cashier at a Canadian grocery store chain called Sobeys, plus I also work in an elementary school as a lunch supervisor as well. School is out for the summer as of June 30th. Today is Monday, July 4th. So for those of you watching from the US, happy 4th of July to you. Our Canada Day was on July 1st. So that was a couple days ago now. I work, as I just said, 2 jobs. Both of them are part-time, but I'm anywhere from 20 to 30 hours a week at Sobeys, plus the shift at the school is about an hour and a half a day, but that's as many weekdays in a week as I can give them. Sometimes that's 1, sometimes that's 4 or 5. It all depends on my Sobeys schedule because that comes first. So from September to June, when school's in, I juggle 2 jobs. And if I'm working an evening shift in Sobeys, then I can do the lunch shift at the school. If not, if I'm working a day shift at Sobeys, then I can't do the school. But then that means if I'm off by no later than 5 or 6 o'clock from Sobeys, then on those evenings, 2 to 3 evenings a week, I do my volunteering, which is downtown at Union Gospel Mission. I help the evening chaplain there with the chapel service and serve soup to the homeless people afterwards. Plus, there's also 20 or so guys that live there in the addictions recovery program. I've gotten to know several of them too and developed a rapport with them. So if I'm not, a lot of times I'm working at the school and then at Sobeys with only about an hour in between. And if I'm not working an evening shift at Sobeys and I'm working days, then I don't do the school. But then if I'm working days, I do my day shift, finish at 4, 5, 6 o'clock and head down to the mission at night, usually till 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I'm a very busy individual. Plus now that it's July, you probably know from some of my videos that I make a lot of jam. I do berry picking in the summer, usually make anywhere from 150 to 200 jars of jam a year. It started out years ago when I first started as just being for my family, and then eventually when my daughter was in school, it was like little jars that were like the 125 ml jars, like the little guys. I would give them at Christmas time as teacher gifts to her teachers. Everybody likes homemade stuff, right? And then over the years, I had a few people say, I'd ordered that from you. So now I have about 20 different people that place orders from me. So if I'm not working one job or the other or at the mission, then I'm making jam come summer and filling jam orders throughout the year oftentimes, because sometimes I'll get pre-orders in the summer and then people forget about it for a while, and then in the new year they're kind of like, oh, do you have any jam left over? And so I'm constantly kind of doing that. And now that I'm running out of last year's jams, strawberries literally just came into season. Today was the first day of picking at one of the berry farms, but I'm going to wait till Saturday and go because I had plans today. Today was my day off from all jobs because school's out on June 30th. And it's my day off from Sobeys. So rather than go running to the berry farm, although I would have, but my friend that I was hanging out with today, she has a bad knee, so strawberry picking was not on her agenda. So instead we just spent 6.5 hours from 10:30 till 5 o'clock just doing errands and having lunch together and hanging out and just spending time, and it was great. I mean, I'm tired because I've been running around all day shopping and on my feet, but it was good to just get out and just talk and not have my pet birds hollering for my attention, not have my family or anybody or my jobs or anybody calling or anything for those few hours, and just taking a me day. So all that to say, I'm going to turn around and show you what I picked up. I went to the mall, went to several different places. I'll try and show you stuff sort of in the order in which the stores that we went. I'll give you a breakdown of the prices of the things I bought. And yeah, some of them are grocery items, some of them are pet items, some of them things I bought were just simply for me. So let me turn you around and we'll get started. All right, first off, we went over to the mall and I wanted to stop in the Hallmark store because usually, even though Christmas is 5.5 months away, quite often the Hallmark store has Christmas ornaments, their Hallmark keepsake ornaments, a preview of them out in July. And they do have the display out, but they were mostly covered up because they said they can't sell them until July 9th. So they have everything set up, but they're not actually for sale till July 9th. But that's okay. I found other things for sale at Hallmark instead. I found these neat plaques. I love flamingos. As you can hear in the background, I love birds. I have pet parrots in the house. Those are my conures screaming in the background. They know I'm home. And so these guys were 40% off plaques. This one is just because it's a flamingo one. I got it for that reason. Not sure where I'm going to put it yet. This was regular, I think it was $9.99. So these were 40% off. And then this one here, my daughter and I also love horses. And actually she's an equestrian. She takes riding lessons. No cussing, you might offend the horses. I just thought that was cute. And this one was $11.99. But again, they were on, I believe, 40% off. So you'll see the $11.99 was the horse one. That was actually on sale for $5.99. And the flamingo was actually $9.99 with the $5 off. It was only $4.99, so I only spent a total of $12.30. Saved $11. So I got that. And then I also went into HomeSense and I bought a dress there, which is in the other room. I'll show you that after. I found, though, that when I was trying the dress on, I really liked it. I second-guessed myself because it sat just a little bit low cut on me. It was showing my bra strap. And no matter what I did, I mean, I guess if I put on a strapless bra underneath, I might have done okay. But I don't know what the best solution was. But I thought maybe my best bet would be to get a camisole of one of the colors in the dress. And that would then kind of provide like a bit of a modesty panel. So I left the dress for the moment in HomeSense and I went down the hall to Ricki's and bought what I thought would be a good color of green to go with in a camisole. And I went back to try it on with the dress, only to find out that it wasn't the exact color of green. So I did buy the dress, went back down the hall to Ricki's, exchanged the green camisole for one that's kind of a rust/coral color, and it looks much better with it. I'll show you that in a little bit. But while I was in Ricki's, I ended up exchanging the camisole. I wound up finding these earrings. These are flamingos. And the jewelry was all 50% off, so this was $12.90 minus 50%. So I picked those up. Let's see if I have my receipt over here for Ricki's. I think I do. Yeah. For the camisoles, you can see it's stapled because I had to do a straight exchange. They're same price, but I had to do an exchange on them. They're exact same. They were $10.39. So with tax, the camisole is $11.64. That was for the green one, but then I realized that it wasn't the right color green, so I exchanged for the other color. Straight up exchange, and then this was the $6.45. That was the earrings, 50% because they were $12.90, so $6.45 plus tax, $7.22. So I spent $7.22 on the earrings, $11.64 on the camisole, which I'll show you the dress and the camisole in a little bit. And then over here, we went across the street to Petland. I don't know what I did with that receipt. Hang on, that's probably in my purse. Let me just have 1 second to find that. I'll be right back. Okay, I found my receipt. Now, at Petland, I was looking for the Living World extrusion rabbit pellets, the bulk. They are out, so I'll have to go to a different Petland for those. But I did get a bag of the Tropican Parrot bubblegum scented pellets. They actually do smell like bubblegum. Don't know if they taste like it or not, because I'm not going to eat bird food. But these are the Tropican pellets, and I'm trying to think, those were $31.96 for that. It was $11.97 a kilogram, so you can imagine that means I spent it was like 2.67 kilograms for those. And then a bag of spray millet for the birds. Again, we have a house full of birds. We have 6 budgies and several larger birds. The millet was $11.97. And then my friend bought something for her dog. She asked me to pick it up for her because at Petland I have the Club Pet card, which gives a discount. The item she wanted, if you were a Club Pet member, which she is not, you would have saved $5. So I bought her item for her, which was $34.98. Now my total was, after tax, $88.37, but only $48 of that was mine because she gave me $40 in cash to pay me for her item. So I spent a grand total of technically $48.37 on my items because her item was $35 and she gave me $40 cash to cover it. So $48.37 at Petland out of pocket for me. I wanted to get the the Supreme fruit pellets at Petland, but they are always out of the size of bag that I need. They always have the tiny size bag, and it's not as cost effective as one size up. So we ended up going across the street to PetSmart, and because I have seen them there. This is the slightly bigger bag. I bought 2 of them because I do seem to have trouble getting these. Certainly at Petland, they're almost always out of this size of bag. So I grabbed the 2 that I saw at PetSmart. There might have been more, but I just grabbed 2 for now. They're the same price there as they usually are at Petland, which is $18.99 each. So $37.98 plus tax, $42.54 at PetSmart. So I grabbed those there. So that is good. They're stocked up because we were completely out of those. Bubblegum pellets we still have, but because we do have several larger birds and they all, other than the cockatiels and the budgies, they all eat these bubblegum pellets. I figured, you know, we go through them quite quickly, so I'll grab some more. And then it was on to Superstore. Actually, there was one other thing I got in the mall too. I'll show it to you guys at the end of this video in a different room because it was at the Jet store. I got that as a birthday gift for somebody in the family, so I will show you that at the end of the video. But here's what I got at Superstore. I had a points offer for if you spent $40 on pet supplies. So what I did there was I bought this litter for our rabbit and Timothy hay. Let's see if I can find these on the receipt here as we go. Timothy hay was $10.99. The litter was $13.49. And then again with the pet supplies, I got 2 bags of budgie seed. Those were $7.29 each. And a bag of cockatiel seed, which was $5.99. So I think it's, I forget how many points it was supposed to be. At 5,000 points for every $40 spent on the pet department. I spent 45, so I got the 5,000 points for that. And then cucumbers were on my offers. Those were $4 for the 3. Lettuce is not on my offers, but I needed a head of lettuce for salads, so I grabbed one of those. Cherries, not on my offers, but they are cheaper per pound right now at Superstore than they are at my work at Sobeys. So I spent $11.55 on cherries there. I think, I'm not sure, I forget how much they were per pound, but I want to say $5.99, which I think is a little cheaper than Sobeys. It's either $4.99 or $5.99, but I do recall taking note that they are a little cheaper than what they are at my work. And then a block of no-name cheese because it's on my offers. $9.69, not the greatest price. They often go down to $7 something, but we are having some friends over, mostly my adopted kids from work actually, because my daughter works with me at Sobeys as well. And I have kind of sort of quote unquote adopted about 8 other employees that work there that are between the ages of like 18 and 25. They're kind of in my daughter's age range because she's 22. And I've kind of become everybody's work mom. And so in the middle of July, we're having all these kids over, and a couple of them have boyfriends and girlfriends. So we're basically at about 15 or 16 people last I counted coming for a barbecue. And one of the things I'm going to make is a taco dip, and I need to grate cheese for the top of it. So I'm just going to buy that block of cheese now because it's on my offers. Sometimes they are on sale a little bit cheaper, but whatever. I just figured I'd capitalize on using my offers right now. But I'm not going to buy 2 blocks because that isn't the best price. And then to go along with the theme of the salad with the lettuce, I've grabbed a thing of cherry tomatoes, little mini tomatoes. Tomatoes are not on my offers at the moment, but I just figured tomatoes in a salad just makes sense. Those are grape tomatoes, pardon me, $6. Old mill bread is on my offers, so I got 1 loaf for now, $1.79. Usually I'd probably buy more, but I just don't have the freezer room at the moment. I have 2 deep freezes, but they are full. So I'll just put the one away for now and use the one in the bread box. I just don't have room to buy a whole big bunch of bread at the moment. And then some Bounce. It's a 200 count. The 60 count or whatever it was, I think was on sale. But when I looked at it, the regular price at 200 count was cheaper than if I would have bought the smaller one and bought 3 or 4 of it kind of thing. So I think maybe it's a 50 count. I think the smaller one that was on sale, or the 100 count. I can't remember, but it seemed good, like, oh, it's on sale. But then when I did the count, did the translation, tried to figure out the math on it, it's like, well, even if I bought the limit of 3 or 4 on it, it's still cheaper more cost effective to buy the 200 count. And I have a 200 count box downstairs on the dryer already that I haven't opened, so we'll be well stocked for a while. But the small box that I have on the go down there is almost empty, so I'll be opening that other box soon, and then this will be a backup. So I got points on that as well. That's what I got at Superstore. So let me give you a breakdown of the points. You can see pet department, 5,000 points for spending over $40. Cucumbers, 800 points. No-name cheese, 1,200 points. Old mill bread, 200 points. And Bounce, 2,400 points. You can see after tax, I spent $99.90. And then for all that, I earned 9,600 points. I'm thinking maybe, yeah, because 5,000, that's right. 7,400, 8,600, 94, 96, that's right. 9,600 points. So that's almost 10,000. Almost 10,000 points, or $10 in points that I earned today. I earned 9,600 points, leaving me the closing balance of 355,269 points, which means I am at the $350 mark of PC Optimum points now. And then somewhere in between the mall and Petland. We had gone, my friend and I went across the street to Smitty's for lunch. That was great. We had a nice visit. And then on the way home, I stopped because I had a gift card at Booster Juice and got myself a smoothie that I'm still working on. And while I was at Booster Juice, right next door is Safeway, and I get my corporate discount at Safeway just the same as Sobeys, because Sobeys and Safeway are part of the same family. We share the same flyer. So I went in there because I knew there was an air miles offer for the s'mores kit. If you buy 2, you get 15 bonus air miles. So knowing that this barbecue's coming up, I'm planning on making a cheesecake and maybe some pies for dessert. But teenagers, kids, come on, they love s'mores. And we do have a fire pit we just got, so we're going to do that. So I got 2 s'mores kits, and Compliments brand is the store brand, and they were 15 miles if you bought 2. So I got the 15 miles, and then I bought some croutons to go in the salads that I'm planning to make as well, whether it's for my lunches at work or for my daughter's lunches at work, or I'm also sometimes treating one of my adopted kids at work to a salad. I made him a salad at work last week, and I might do so again this week one night. We'll see. So there, I spent the s'mores kits were $6.99 each, earned the 15 miles for buying the 2. Croutons are $3.49. My corporate discount was $1.75. Spent a grand total of $17.23 at Safeway. Now, let me take you in the other room and I'll show you the dress and the camisole that I bought. Okay, I'm in the room with the birds right now, so if it gets noisy in here, please forgive me. This is the dress that I bought at HomeSense, Marshall's. It is really pretty, and that right there is the camisole I bought to go with it. Initially, I tried to get a camisole kind of in what I thought was the green that matched that, but unfortunately, when I put it on with the dress, you could, from a distance it looked okay, but up close you could tell it was not the same green. The dress was $49.99, so I spent $55.99 on the dress, and I already told you the price of the camisole. So I bought the camisole in green first, and then I went back because I'd already looked at the dress and tried it on, and I knew the dress fitted, but it needed a camisole. So I went down the hall to Ricki's, bought the green camisole, tried the dress on again with it, and thought, no, it's not a good match of color. But I knew that Ricki's was really good about exchanges, so I bought the dress anyway, went back to Ricki's and tried on that camisole, and it looks much better with the dress. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause you, and then I will put the camisole under the dress and show you what they look like together, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so that's the dress with the camisole inserted. I mean, it doesn't look quite the same as seeing it on me necessarily, but I'm not going to plan on modeling it for the camera. But you see what I mean? That gives a nice little modesty panel in there. I'm not going to necessarily pull it up and show a lot of it. And you won't see this, obviously, because it'll be like I'll be in it. But you'll just see this, basically. So I just thought that's nice, and it's a good little, I don't know if the camera shows it well or not, but I can tell in the lighting I'm looking at it from that this is a good match to this. So probably from further back, you can see like it looks just fine. It's got a little ruffled bottom to it. I like the sleeves. It's all kind of ruffly here and kind of ruched at the waist. Nice light sleeves for summer. And this could really, with this kind of like almost like a rusty red, like it kind of is a cross between coral and kind of a rust. But I think with the green, the kind of reddish rust, kind of curly, rusty color, it could even be good for like a fall dress too. I mean, it won't be the warmest in fall, but as far as the colors, I think it'll be just fine. And finally, here's the last thing I bought this side. This isn't the other item I also bought at the mall. As I said, there's a birthday coming up next month, so I picked this hat up. And I thought this would be really nice because I know that anything Winnipeg Jets or Winnipeg Blue Bombers is always a hit. So I spent, after tax, $44.79 on that. I know that this hats are always a hit, and anything to do with Winnipeg sports teams is always a hit as well. So I thought this was nice. It's kind of a nice gray, kind of a gray blue on top, and it's got a nice logo in here. Since these guys are squawking in the background, apparently they must want to be on camera. This one's Percy, and this one's Marley. And then we got the cockatiels down here. We got Saya right here, and Ozzy. And then here's my Quaker Pepe. Hi. Say hi, Pepe. Hi, Pepe. Hi. Hi, Pepe. Oh, you're going to be upside down. Okay.